Hey everybody, welcome back to Kinfolk Farms. Stick around. Today we're racing a storm. We got a big storm coming in, but I'm gonna try to, I got 6 plants I got to replace out here in the vineyard. I may have over fertilized them last year and running our chickens through here and all that. I think I killed a few of them off, but we got some replacements. Stick around, I'll show you how we get these things in the ground. Step 1, guys, get yourself some plants. We buy all our plants from Ison's Nursery. Another little plug for Ison's. We buy everything from Ison's. But step 2, dig yourself a really big hole. I can't emphasize this enough. You don't want a hole to where this just fits in it. You want a big hole where those roots can spread out and get some tremendous growth in the spring and summer. So dig yourselves a really, really big hole for your plant to go in. Now that plant's going to set way down in there. We don't want it to set down in there, but that'll still give a taproot and everything a chance to grow down and out. We want a really big hole. What I do is I just backfill it some, do a little backfilling, and we're going to want, when we take this out of the pot, we're going to want this to grow. This is actually a stem, but the highest root, we want it about 3 inches above the highest root. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to I'm going to cut that off. We're going to go about 2 or 3 inches above the highest root, and that'll give us some great growth. I like to break my roots up just a little bit. Pack that soil down real good. There's no air pockets. Now normally after you get done planting, when you get done planting, you should water this in really, really good. But we have a huge rainstorm coming right now, so I think I'm going to let nature work for me. I'm going to pack this down. Okay guys, so what we did was we took the longest runner. We're going to cut every limb off. Believe it or not, sometimes that's a little shocking to people, but you cut every single limb off except for one of the longest runner. I find the longest strong runner I can find. We're going to attach it to this, and then this spring when it starts growing, we'll have it run up and run each left and right of the wire. All right, what I was saying earlier before I got rained out on that last plant. Like I say, we're chasing a storm, but I'm going to try to get all these in. It's like little spurts, but what we're going to do is we're going to cut off every runner except for one, believe it or not. And you'll tie your string from your bottom wire up to your top wire. That's going to be our growth string. We're going to, or you can use a cane pole or just any old thing that'll run up high that these plants can run on. But we're going to strap this to this wire, and in the spring it'll grow up. We get up here later in the spring, we'll show you how we make it to split and run each direction. All right guys, what you see out here is these blue X, let's see, the blue X grow tube. We get these, it says here you can get them at www.growtube.com. We buy them at Ison's, they're a couple of dollars. You put them on every plant. It serves a lot of purposes. It acts like a little mini greenhouse. Another thing it keeps rodents, rats, rabbits, anything from chewing on your vines. And it keeps, another thing it does is keeps those little branches from growing off the bottom. It helps to keep those from growing, because if you have outside growth, you want this thing to be just a solid vine growing up. That way the growth goes up and out. The first year, you don't want any of these laterals shooting off, and I'll show you later around February how we prune these things to keep the growth beat back, where you get more growth lengthwise on your top vine and to your berries. But these little grow tubes are awesome. They really help a lot. I'd recommend getting some if you plant muscadines. They really help. I'll show you how to use these. What we do is we just take our plant, we stick it inside these grow tubes, pull them out. I wish this plant was a little longer. We take our tape gun, the stake is there. Make that a little tighter, but being this plant's so short, I'm gonna have to get some zip ties and hold this on here because this thing will blow over here in a minute. So, but anyway, you just sort of use what you got. Some of the plants are longer, some are shorter. This is not really working out, but we'll zip strap that on there, and that'll hold it to this bottom wire. And this spring, this thing will take off. My goodness, they grow so fast. All right, well there it is, guys. I got them all in. Like I said, we only had to replace 6. The others did really good last year, but I was fertilizing them and wasn't thinking about it. We run our meat chickens. The chicken tractor fits right down. He's just so pretty, and so we run the chicken tractors through here. And I know all that chicken poop really shot the nitrogen to them, so I think I burned a few of them up. So that won't happen this year, I promise you. But it turned out looking pretty good. All right, guys, I appreciate y'all checking out my little video here of how we planting some muscadines. I think what I'm gonna do is put some zip straps on these little blue grow tubes, the Blue X grow tubes. Keep them from falling over with the wind and rain and all that. Do me a favor, hit the subscribe button while you're looking at it. hit the notification bell. YouTube will let you know every time we put out a new video. Look here, if you don't have muscadines, I would highly recommend getting you some. They're easy to grow. You put in your posts, concrete them in about 2 feet down, put in some T-posts. You don't have to do this many. 2, 3, you can get up to 100, you can get 100 pounds of grapes off each plant. You plant 3 grapes, that's 300 pounds of grapes a year. I got one spot in the big pasture, just one row where I got 3 grapes, vines going for the fact I want to utilize that space. Boy, she is just going on, ain't she? But anyway, get you some muscadines. They're super easy to grow. You make great wine, great juices, jellies, everything about them. This is my favorite fruit of all time. I hate it's such a short season when they are ready to pick around September. You can grow them anywhere from Texas all up to Kentucky, North Carolina, anywhere in the South. They love the heat. They're easy to grow. How I killed them, that's the only thing I can figure is I over-fertilized them. But they're super easy to grow. You can prune them year-round to shape them the way you want. You can plant them year-round. It isn't like you have to wait till the fall and winter to plant them. It's recommended, but you can plant them anytime. Muscadines are just the easiest plant to grow, and in 3 years you got grapes just going crazy. But I absolutely love them. It's my favorite plant of all time. You can order them at Ison's Nursery at Brooks, Georgia. They're online. Go check them out. You can get catalog. They have online catalog. They have everything for any part of the country. You can have cherries, hazelnuts, chestnuts, anything you can imagine fruit, nut, or berry wise, they sell it. But guys, I appreciate the heck out of y'all watching this. We'll see y'all on the next video.